Welcome friends, I am T.Y.B.Sc from KG Somaya College. Here we are going to learn the food and starch industry. The last time we learned about what is food industries, their applications and what is the food deterioration. Today we are going to learn the food additives. What is the food additives? That means there are the substances which is added to the food for different specific technological functions. These functions are preservation of the food to inhibit the growth of pathogens. Also, these food additives are the coloring agent, enhancing the flavor for the interest and the varieties, for addition of the sweetness of the food, etc. There are over 300 permitted additives which can be used in the UK. The flavoring are not included in this figure. Let me learn E number. E number means what here? If you take any packet, in that packet there are some number is there. E100, E200. Here this number shows which additive are added in this food for different function. Here this E number means a systematic way of identifying a food additives, that is called as E number. Every packet have a E number. Here this E stands for the European Food Safety Authority, that is EFSA, European Food Safety Authority. Here let me learn some series and their functions. First E100, that is the which is useful for to showing the colors. That means in that packet the coloring agents are added. Second, that is E200, that is which shows the preservatives are added in the food packet. Next is the E300, it shows the addition of the antioxidants. E400 plus, that means that the additive are miscellaneous. Another E numbers also there, that is E160A, that is shows the carotene added in the packet, like this. Here in this picture you can see the red cabbage. This is the additives, that means the red color is extracted from this cabbage, and this red color is shown by the E number, that is E163. These are the red food coloring compound. Also here the caramel is there. This also is the synthetic coloring commonly used to the color collages, which shown by the E number, that is E150. Then why we use the additives? What is the function of the additives? These additives are used to keep the high quality of the food, to make the food look appealing, attractive, to give the shape and the structure of the food, to prevent the growth of fungi, molds and yeast, by that is called as the preservatives. Also these additives is used to prevent the oxidation of the food, and also to give a sharp taste to the food. Next, that is the type of the food additives. There are the different types, that is the flavoring, which is about 1100 to 1400 natural and the synthetic flavoring compounds are there. Stabilizer, used to keep the product in a set state. Coloring, there are different artificial coloring agent is there. Sweetener, they designate or design to make the food more palatable. Next, that is a preservative, that means used to prevent the spoilage of the food from the fungi, bacteria, molds, etc. Acid and bases, which is also used in the pickling as well as putting the carbonation of the soft drink. Let me learn the first classification, that is preservatives. preservative, that is the compounds which is used or the substances which is used to prevent the spoilage of the food. Here this preservatives aims to prevent the growth of microorganisms which could cause the food spoilage and lead to food poisoning. The extent of the shelf life of the product, so they can be distributed and sold to the consumer with a longer shelf life. If we add the preservative, their spoilage time is decreases or the food not spoil for a longer period, and that's why here we can sold our food to the consumer with a longer shelf life. For example, bacon, ham, corned beef, etc. meat are often treated with the nitrite or the nitrate which having the E number E249 to E252 during the curing process. If we doesn't add the preservative, then our food is look like this. Here there is a fungus which is on the bread, that means, and due to the addition of the fungus our food get deteriorate or get spoil, and for to stop this spoilage or to increasing the shelf life of the product, we add the preservative. Next, additives, that is emulsifier. What is the function of the emulsifier? Here these keep the mixture of oil and the water stable and prevent from separating into the two layers. You can see in this picture, these are the mayonnaise here without the emulsifier. That means their oil and their solid part which is separate out if we don't use the emulsifier. And what is the function of the emulsifier? It mixed together oil and the water. Okay, they prevent from separating of this two layer. This is also used in bread, chewing gum, breakfast caramels, ice cream. Okay, this is all about the emulsifier. Next additive, that is a flavor enhancer. There are the different flavor is there, that is a bitter flavor, sour flavor, salty and the sweet flavor. The flavor which enhance, bring out in the flavor in food without imparting a flavor of their own. For example, monosodium glutamate which having a in factor or E number E621 enhances umami flavor. The flavoring are added to a wide range of food, usually in a small amount to give a particular taste. These do not have the E number because they are controlled by different food laws. Okay, but that in some cases the flavor are not shown by the E number because this can be controlled by the different food laws. Okay, this is about the enhancer. Next, that is the gelling agent, thickener and the stabilizer. What is the function of this? These are used to give the shape and the structure. You can see the jelly, ice cream. Here these compounds or this food have different shape. You can give them a different attractive shape because of the thickening agent, gelling agent and the stabilizer. It also used to make the food thicker and also maintain the physical and the textural properties of the foodstuff. The emulsifier help the mixture ingredients together that would normally separated. Example is lecithins. That means these emulsifiers are the gelling agent. The stabilizers prevent the ingredient from separating again. Example is leucosed bean gum having the factor E410. Emulsifier and the stabilizer which gives the food consistent texture. They can be found in the low fat spread, that means in the jelly and the ice cream. They have a consistent texture due to of what? Emulsifier and the stabilizers. Next is Here the gelling agent are used to change the consistency of the food, which is used to make a jam. The thickener also help to give the body and can be found in most sauces. Next, there is the antioxidant. This aims to prevent the food containing fat or oil from going rancid due to oxidation, prevent the browning of the cut fruit, vegetables and the fruit juices. Antioxidant, if we add here, you can see in this picture apple, whenever this is exposed to the air, they get brown in color. And to stop this browning of the food, we add the antioxidant. They prevent the browning of the cut fruit, vegetables and the fruit juices. Vitamin C, which is also known as ascorbic acid or E300, is one of the most widely used antioxidant. Next additives, that is the color. The color aims to restore the color lost during the processing or the storage. That means if we process the food, that time the original color of that food get destroyed. And to enhance that color, we must add the coloring agent. Also, another aim of the color is ensure that each batch produced is identical in appearance or does not appear off. Also, the reinforce the color already in food and to give the color to food which otherwise would be colorless. Some soft drink are colorless. To give them attractive were the coloring agents, and so make them more attractive. Next is the color and hyperacidity. Certain combination of the artificial food color have been linked to a negative effect on the children's behavior. Some of the color are shows the negative effect. Their examples are sunset yellow, quinine, allura red, Poncio 4R. These color are some examples of the colors which is present in the soft drink, sweets and the ice cream. Here this food and drink containing any of these 6 color must carry a warning on the packaging which read may have a adverse effect on activity and um, attention in children. That means what? These are some color which may shows the adverse effect on the children's. Next additive, that is the sweetener. The sweetener includes the intense sweetener and also second type is the bulk sweetener. The first in intense sweetener have a sweetness many times that of the sugar. That means their sweetness is higher in many times that the common sugar, and therefore are used in a very small amount. And that's why these are present in the soft drink and the sweetening agent. These are the structure of the sugar. Next type, that is a bulk sweetener. Example is sorbitol, have a similar sweetness to the sugar and are used at similar level. These are used in a sugar-free chewing gum and also sweets. These are the example. These are the structure of aspartame. Both are sweet but are structurally very different. Here, let me learn some commonly used sweeteners. First, that is the acesulfame K. This K stands for the potassium. Here, this acesulfame is a sweetener 200 times sweeter than the common sugar. It has a 0 calorie sweetener used in a food preservatives, dairy product and all type of the beverages. Also used to reduce the calories of the food product. But this is the heat resistance and enhanced flavor. Second type, that is aspartame. These have the low calorie sweetener shows the 200 times more sweeter than the sugar. It is disintegrated into the aspartic acid and phenylalanine and the methanol in the body on digestion. It is used in all type of diet food, beverages and also the medicine. But some people reported the dizziness and the headache. Third type, that is a cyclamate. Sweetener is the cyclamate. This is calorie free sweetener which contain about 30 to 50 times sweeter than the sugar. It is used in combination with the other sweetener, but it causes cancer. It has some adverse effect. Next, that is the saccharin. This is also the low calorie sweetener, about 300 to 500 times more sweeter than the sugar. Its absorption is very slow. It does not metabolize and commonly that's why it is commonly used as a sugar. Next, that is a sucralose. This sucralose is chlorinated sugar that is about contain 600 times sweeter than the sugar. It is produced from sucrose when 3 chlorine atom replace OH group. It is used in beverage, frozen dessert, chewing gum, baked and other food. Next, that is a lead acetate. Lead acetate. Here it is sometimes called sugar of lead. It's some mistake is there. It is the lead acetate. It is sometimes called as a sugar of lead. This use of it as a sweetener produce lead poisoning, and that's why here the most of the time this is not used. Next, adding agent, that is anti-caking agent. Here this is added to allow them to flow. This is mostly used in the milk powder, cream powder, grated cheese, baking powder and soup powder, etc. Next, it is a glazing agent. The glazing agent, that means provide the protective coating or the sheen on the surface of the food. Yeah, these are not included in your syllabus, just for additional information. Thank you so much for watching my lecture, and next time we learn the next topic, that is the starch industry. Thank you so much.